A warm welcome to yet another exciting episode of your favorite show, Pink and Purple. My name is Timmy Pida and I'm your host. So today we want to discuss a very sensitive topic about what has become a rise of the so-called Vuzu parties. And I am joined in studio by Millicent Chuma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's so lovely to have you today.
I'm thrilled.
Great. So would you like to tell us about yourself before we get into today's topic?
All right. So as you mentioned, I'm Millicent Helen Chuma.
Okay.
I'm the provincial facilitator for Young People's Network on sexual reproductive health, HIV and AIDS, which is convened by National AIDS Council.
So Millicent, we've heard this buzz about Vuzu parties. What is a Vuzu party and what happens there?
All right, so basically a Vuzu party is where young people, when we talk about young people, we're talking about the ages of 15 and mostly to 21. Although some in 20s going forward, they do then engage in Vuzu parties, but then we're looking at the age group from 15 to 21, mostly children that are still in high school, to be precise. So this is where they get to meet up as friends and as schoolmates to then have what we call alcohol and drug abuse, what we call engage in unprotected sex. So this just young people in the name of having fun, then having this risky behavior going on, which is worrisome to some of us because we grew up having fun, but then we didn't have this kind of fun. What is really going on with young people getting to have this risky behavior kind of fun? And then this is where the term of Vuzu parties came in. And we mostly understand that in Bulawayo, this mostly happens when schools are closed because the other students from boarding school, they've came back. And then it creates that hype, it creates that thing that we're meeting as young people who want to enjoy ourselves. So this is where the Vuzu parties come from.
Okay, I like that you said drug and alcohol abuse in the name of fun because that's their kind of fun. But when did Vuzu parties really start?
We're going to say about 2 years from now. Yes, when they started before, no one really paid attention. But then people will be like, these kids are just rowdy. They're just making noise. So I'm at 2000, you understand?
So 2 years ago, that's when Vuzu parties
started?
Yes,
they just started from there. But no one was really paying attention to it. But then to us programmers who were then there to monitor what's happening to young people, because we then are concerned about the issues of young people. We'll hear there was the parties, we hear the young people that are doing, at first it was called sex parties, but then there was this term. So I find that within time, the Vuzu parties have progressed with different activities going on as well. Yes. Currently, we're looking at young people who are just meeting out in town in combos, and they're dancing in combos, and there's sex that happens there. So now that everyone is paying attention, and as we recently know the event that transpired with the police officers getting to arrest some other young people. This is the kind of attention they've got, and this kind of attention that they've attracted a lot of what we call our community leaders, our policy holders. So from these Vuzu parties, this now even the police came in through and tried to arrest it. But then we want to get to the core issue of why are Vuzu parties happening. Yes, we might have arrested 20. But it's not only the 20 young people that are having Vuzu parties. So what's going to happen to the rest?
Which is what we're going to discuss later during the show. But I want you to tell me about you going for, you've been to Vuzu parties, right, as an undercover. What inspired you to go there? What pushed you, right? What was your motive when you did go to all the Vuzu parties, all the few that you've been to?
All right. So as Young People's Network, we have what we call a platform forum and our quarterly meetings where young people come and then present their issues that are affecting them in terms of sexual reproductive health, HIV and AIDS. And Vuzu parties kept on coming up. So in my understanding as the provincial facilitator, I'm supposed to then understand what are these Vuzu parties so that I'm able to talk about them. So I then attended 2 Vuzu parties. By then, they were actually WhatsApp groups. So you just join from a link. You join a WhatsApp group. You know it's a Vuzu party. And then, guys, let's meet up in town at a certain place. Then we get into a combi and then we go to a certain house or into a certain space, even open spaces. So this is where we used to go. So in as much as I was concerned and I wanted to have a thorough understanding of what Vuzu parties are, I joined the WhatsApp group. Then I went with my friend. And then we went together. So I went carrying condoms because as young people who are engaging risky behavior, I just wanted to understand, are they really having unprotected sex? Is it because someone's not bringing the condoms or they're doing it intentionally? So I took some with me, then I went with them.
Okay, that's very interesting. Viewers, we will take a short break. Join us after these messages. Welcome back. You're still watching Pink and Purple, and I'm still here with Millicent Chuma. So, Millicent, you were telling us about the Vuzu parties that you've been to and what happens. Please continue in detail.
All right. So basically, when we go to the combi, we went to a certain house. I'll not mention it. So when we got there, it was a free house. The person who owned the house, the mother and the grandmother were not there.
Right.
So it's just a child who's left alone for like a week or so because schools are closed.
Right.
So we went there and then we played our music. Of course, our alcohol, we've bought it in town. And then our weed, our bronco.
I like that you say our.
You understand? So everything is there.
Right.
Now we just drop it from a combi. We get into the house, we'll play our music, everyone start pouring drinks. So the idea is not just to drink, but the idea is to just get drunk.
All right.
So you understand, young people be mixing actually alcohol with bronco as well.
Right.
Just you know, because they feel that if you drink, then you're more confident now. You're able to approach any girl. And this is to say that the most people that go there, it's not like a girl and a boy who are dating. It's just, you know, a group of girls, a group of guys going there. So when we get there, we're trying to know each other. We're trying to understand who are you, what do you do, where do you learn, and you know, trying to get to know each other. In the process, we're drinking, we are smoking our weed, and then eventually, most young people are now drunk. Then we play spin the bottle. Yeah, and that game. Yeah, then it starts, you know, you're kissing, you and you.
Yeah,
no one kisses. Like we just here. We want to see if this is happening. So someone will just dare you to go there. You know what? Just go and sleep with this person, or just undress. We want to see your body. And young people be having fun.
And also because they're now drunk.
Exactly. So when they're now drunk, you don't really have to have that cautiousness. Maybe it's not right. But then everyone is just excited. Everyone is on the moment. And then from there, of course, from spin the bottle, it also gets tiring. Come on, we got the whole night. Or we got until 12 in the midnight. Then from there, I've known you. Maybe I've connected with John and I've connected with Lisa. Then from there, what's next? Okay, guys. It also depends on which Vuzu party am I into. Is it the one where we have mixed race? And then was like, okay, I'm going to sleep with John. John is white. To then get to feel how is John's penis like? How is John, me and John, if we sleep together, how does it feel like? Yes. Then I'm going to go to Idris. Idris is Indian.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's different types of girls, I mean, young people, different races.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep with maybe Chin. Chin is China. Then there's a black dude there, you understand?
Okay.
Then there's the rotation of me sleeping with him.
Okay.
But then the main concern is, am I using condoms? Sleeping with him. And then the boys are praising each other. Can you go for like 5 minutes? Can you do this, man? You understand? So it is the risky behavior now talking about. The sexual young people or a girl getting to be rotating 5 guys or five girls getting to be rotating one guy.
And they always want to prove a point.
Exactly. That I can do this, I'm better than this. And these are young people. And then at a certain point in time, this is where, because basically it's not everyone who engages. It's those confident ones, but he's Coco, right? The ones who are bold enough will then get to engage and do a lot of that. And if you're not really bold enough, you don't go to Vuzu either. So after all that engagement has been done, the sexual engagement has been done, young people are drunk, others are sticking from Bronco. Yes. So from there, it's unprotected sex. We've had our fun. We now go back home. There's like 12 midday. Then the combi comes. Yes. Then they pick us up. We go back to town. Everyone goes back to their homes. So after that, maybe it's just a space of 20 young people in that room. Then from there, the word goes out. During the school days, when the school days are open. Now we went to this party. It was cool. We did this. We did that. Of course, the first time I would be shy, so they were a bit resistant to a lot of things. But then eventually everyone gets to drink they get to dance. But the part where we get to dance, who gets to know how to dance better. This is where we also understand that, if there were places where young people could come and dance, maybe they'll enjoy this. Because at first when they get there, it's mostly just dancing. No one just jumps into sex party.
All right. Just let's move on to the causes of Vuzu parties. Why do you think young people, you've been there, right? Why do you think young people go for these Vuzu parties? Like, what are the causes?
First of all, recreational activities.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier on, if there were recreational activities that relates with young people in 2019, it's not all of us who likes to do sport.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not all of us that then likes to sit at home and watch TV. We are young people, we're energetic. We would like to probably connect with things that are technological.
All right.
We want to sit on our Wi-Fi and enjoy things that we see there or play games.
Right.
Something that then resonates with us in 2019.
So should we create Vuzu parties for kids? Safer Vuzu parties, if there's anything like that.
The Vuzu parties, because then the Vuzu parties, it's young people dancing together in their own space,
right,
without a mom or someone who's trying to be a parent telling them, "I will do so, so." You understand? So if we're gonna have the safe Vuzu parties, then it's okay. We can't say we want the Vuzu parties gone. No, we want a safe Vuzu party for a young person.
Okay.
That if they go into the space, they're still gonna enjoy themselves. When we say Vuzu party, or maybe someone will be like, okay, let's say bashes in school, those ones that we used to have.
Yes.
They were safe, they were teachers monitoring us. But we're saying as young people, we want our own safe space.
Right.
Where we can be there as young people and we can not be told what to do, but just have some fun. Yeah.
All right. I like that you've said we used to have bashes. Let me speak for my generation, of course. That we had bashes. We went for discos, right? Which is the same thing that the young people want now. So what is the difference now then between those bashes we had? Because there was music. Of course, probably there was no alcohol. But what is the gap? What is it that these young people want?
Yeah, young people want entertainment. Young people want attention.
Okay.
So when we're talking about young people wanting attention, it's if you're not getting the attention at home, you're coming from a boarding school, for example, you're going home, your mom is not there, no one's giving you attention, you literally do not like your TV there. So where are you going to get your attention? Your peers are going to give you attention.
Right.
So as young people, we still like our fun, but we also like attention.
Right.
Yeah. So I think basically if we get that attention as well from home, even from the guidance that are left with us, I don't know, it feels different. Unlike before, you guys, most of you grew up with your mothers around because they used to work here. So I think the economic situation also plays a role here because the parents have to go away. So I'm growing up without a mom. Probably my aunt is Google.
All right. Okay.
And my entertainment is TV, trend. Young people, they see things on Instagram. The next thing, they want to go to parties, take videos for Instagram and Snapchat. So yeah.
All right, I understand. Let's take another short break. Do not move. You're watching Pink and Purple. Welcome back to the show. You are still watching Pink and Purple, and I'm still here with Millicent. So tell us the different types of Vuzu parties that are there, because we understand this, levels.
All right, so there's the Vuzu parties where young people just meet up, get into a combi, go into a house.
Right.
And the other ones where we have our open spaces, where it's open spaces for family time, for braai.
Okay.
And young people have utilized those spaces to be their own spaces as well.
All right.
We also have currently here the combi ones, and the young people parking their cars and drinking from just outside their cars, just parked in town.
All right. So it's not always at a house.
No, it doesn't have to be in a closed room.
All right.
No.
Okay.
We can be in an open space, and young people can still abuse their alcohol. They can still abuse drugs. They can still engage in sexual activities. These are young people. They are spontaneous. They are adventurous.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of, we can say, the dynamics of Vuzu parties that are there, the ones that happen in town, just in combs, young people making noise and engaging in sexual activities in those combos. Then we have the ones that we go into houses, closed doors. Then we just have the ones where it's just young people going to these open spaces where you go there as your family to have fun, but then they also utilize them for their own purposes.
They always take advantage of the situation, right?
So wherever there is music, young people will go.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You mentioned that young people want safer spaces, right? In a place where they feel they can do whatever they want, right? But most of these Vuzu parties are created by older people, right? It's not always necessarily where, for example, if it's a house type of Vuzu party where the young person's parents are not there, sometimes it's older people that create those Vuzu parties. What's your comment on that?
All right, so we have older people that have the houses, and then they just, rent it to young people. So you can come and have a party here.
Business now.
Yes, and you pay a certain amount. Okay. It's not like we hire it. You understand?
Okay.
And who doesn't want the money? It's look at the economy.
Yeah.
Everybody's just looking for money one way or the other. Mm-hmm. If my mom is outside of the country and they're able to send me money and I can afford to hire a certain house for a Vuzu party, why not? So how can I say this? This is where, as other young people, we then have access to these houses. It's because someone is able to offer.
Okay.
In that phase or transition, it's just business.
All right. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. I understand. Okay. And you did say, look at the economy. So can we blame the economic situation right now for the cause of these Vuzu parties?
All right. We cannot say blame. Mm-hmm. We might say it then makes a contribution.
Okay.
To say an adult who then rent a house to someone who's 17 years old, what will be the reason, seriously? It's money that we need.
Right.
And we're also looking at the fact that our parents have gone outside of the country so that they are able to feed for the families back home. The parent and child communication that used to be there before, or the fact that I have kept you at 6 because my mom and dad were shut, it's no longer there. You understand? You have a guidance that you probably don't listen to that much, or you're living with a grandmother that you probably, just find your way around her.
Yeah.
It's not like your mother and father being there.
Yeah.
So it's in some way, the economic, might be contributing to this. Another way is not being able to then build recreational activities that are suitable for young people in 2019.
Okay.
So if the economy could afford to then renovate these youth centers, these safe spaces for young people, we will then begin to say, maybe young people are just naughty.
All right. What kind of recreational activities do you think we can create as a young person who's been to a Vuzu party?
As a young person, I would definitely want to get to a space where there is free Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I want to get to a space where I can play video games.
Right.
I want to get to a space where there are computers. Not all of us like to play. Some of us just want to read. We just do not have access to resources. So I would probably want to go to a youth center to look up things on Google or to read certain things.
Are you saying these kids go to Vuzu parties because there's no Wi-Fi, there's no video game places?
It's okay. At youth centers, what is there besides sport?
All right. Okay.
What's there? We're not all musical. We're not all sportish. It should be all fun. We're saying they should just technologize it so that as young people we're able to access anything with technology at that center.
Okay.
When we talk to young people and you hear what the young people say, they will tell you they want, because we are not talking about those that afford Wi-Fi at home. No. The most young people that usually go to Vuzu parties are not even those that are affording.
All right.
It is just us.
But don't you think if you create Wi-Fi and free internet access, they're still going to go onto social media and see all these other things that are happening and influence them to then want to go back to the Vuzu party?
It's still it's the same as TV.
Okay.
So should we then block the TVs?
Okay, I understand. As we round up the show, Millicent, what are the effects of these Vuzu parties?
All right, so the effects that we have seen and they've made us to be so much concerned about young people, it's seeing young people not being able to have sober minds and sober lifestyles. It's young people who are getting pregnant from these Vuzu parties, young girls for that matter. You still be in school and then you all of a sudden go to your Vuzu party, you engage in this sexual activity, you come back, you're pregnant. And we also have issues of probably young people not having adequate information when it comes to sexual reproductive health. So these are the effects that we have seen from Vuzu parties. We have also seen that probably there's little information that young people know, because if they did have information that then empowers to make informed decisions, we wouldn't be having these issues of pregnancy. We wouldn't be having issues of young people just abusing drugs from anywhere. So we are saying these are some of the effects that have come of Vuzu parties. We are seeing young people being rowdy. This also comes with disrespect, as well as young people not being able to then understand their identity. And we're talking about young people who are still trying to figure out themselves. They're trying to understand who they are. If we look at the age group of 15 to 21, they're still trying to figure out what's going on. And then you're exposed to all this. End of the day, it's their school that is also at stake, because you're not really concentrating much. You are busy organizing these Vuzu parties and calling everyone to the party. In as much as you're trying to have fun as young people, the effects are still there, and then they're the ones that obviously go for the long run. So because of how young people behave in Vuzu parties, it makes us concerned. And the way young people are consuming alcohol at their age, it then raises concern. Why are young people behaving like this? Young people engage in sexual unprotected sex for that matter. It then raises eyebrows to say, what have we become as a community? What has gone wrong in our mother-to-child communication and parenting?
And how can we create sustainable solutions, towards Vuzu parties as we close quickly?
All right, so I'm sure some of the solutions, we'll mention them. We're talking about how can we then deal with Vuzu parties, and how can we then, first things first, young people need to have affordable activities that they can then engage to. When we say affordable, meaning that if you know it's a young person, they should be able to afford the certain amount for them to have fun. When we talk about recreational activities, we're not talking only focusing on the youth center. We're not focusing on activities young people can go there and, like the Luna Park. Can it be there like January to December, not only just April? Exactly. We are talking about movie houses being affordable. We have one. It's not really affordable.
But it's expensive.
Yes, we are talking about parents being then empowered to talk to their children, guidance, grandmothers to say, as these young people of this generation, they need someone to talk to them at a certain level. Not to say, don't do this. Tell them why they should not do this. And being there to talk to them in a different way than they used to talk to you guys before.
All right, Millicent, thank you so much for coming onto the show. It's been lovely having you.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you for watching Pink and Purple. From me, Tembi Pira, and the crew behind the scenes, it's goodbye.
This is certified. It's a bad girl edition. Bad man, lock the street. Parrot, I feel what you dig. Then with all the negative thinking, positive vibes every time for regret. Mickey hot and in me house, cause me up just standing and ding in there. Right now I see it next door. Right now I wanna party all night. Me I want just next door, yeah. I'm a wine on the rasta, but don't stress my mind, yeah. Cause me I also a rasta. Bad girls I gotta take care of more. Big I don't stress, papi I want girl. A papi I me I want girl. Just give me some time out, yeah. Mr. DJ, please pon the tune. Mash up the place, cause it's about to go down. Mr. DJ, please pon the tune. Mash up the place, cause it's about to go down. 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 It's about to go down.
Mash up the place. Mash up the place.
I'm 100 and I'm all away. Party time when me zoom 10 up the way. It's about summertime, I know I relate. Come and dance, show yourself now, don't be late. Been so happy, I've never vibed to. In the lockdown forever, I might do. Put up a show, it's irregular. Ruby and Mordecai, I like the way in particular. Let me give you one fact and two options. Oh, advice and advice party potions. All the negativity and emotion, put the positivity slow in motion. Pull up reverse weight, clean up the mess. Fire, feeling irie, jobless. Mr. DJ, please put the replay. I wanna move and groove it so we can. Mr. DJ.